Mixie Pina, welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in. Lola, welcome in. We'll begin in a couple of minutes. We're just waiting for 10 minutes after the hour. Or 20 people. Samantha Britta, welcome in. Jess, welcome in. Brooke Comer, welcome in. Welcome to those of you on YouTube. Urban Fresh, welcome in and welcome back. We'll begin in a couple of minutes. We're just waiting for 10 minutes after the hour. Urban Fresh, welcome in. I love the emojis. Snowflake, Santa, and 2 Christmas trees. Chanel, welcome in. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. We'll begin in a couple of minutes. We're just waiting for the room to get filled. Sinso, welcome in. Stacy, welcome in. We'll begin in a couple of minutes. 10 minutes after the hour or 20 people in the room. We'll wait for everyone to gather before we start our stories. This is a children's literature hour where we appreciate the art of children's literature. Brooke Homer, yes, this weekend or Thursday, I'm going to go visit my mom. She wants me to come over early. Oh, it's your birthday today, Stacy. Happy birthday. Everybody, let's wish Stacy a happy birthday. I'm going to get up early, go to the house, help my mom make a couple of things, and just hang out with the family. And then Friday, do the same thing. I'm really excited about that. It's really nice. Love the holidays. Love it when family comes over. Family that you haven't seen in a while. Bella Rose, welcome in. And your plans so far? Brooke Comer, what are your plans? What are you guys' plans for Thanksgiving? What is everybody doing? Michelle Fitz, welcome in. We're going to pour our second glass of tea tonight. Tonight we're drinking orange cinnamon with a lavender syrup. A lavender syrup for sweetness, and it's really good. Michelle Fitz, you're cooking? You gonna make ham turkey? What are you making? Thanksgiving dinner with my in-laws tomorrow and my family Thursday. How fun. Yeah, Bella Roses are really good. Gives it a good tang. Missy May, welcome in. Welcome in, everybody. Hope everybody is winding down for the wind-up of Thanksgiving. Nebuluna, welcome in. Turkey, string bean casserole, mashed taters, and corn casserole. Oh, Michelle Fix, that sounds all really good. String bean casserole. I love string bean casserole. Off work tomorrow, so totally here. All right, Kimberly, isn't that exciting? Hey, Purple, welcome in. Isn't that so exciting having the day off? Love it. Kimberly, what are you going to do? Sleep in? Do you normally sleep in or do you wake up early? What do you like to do on your... Yeah, but it's nice to have Wednesday off the day before Thanksgiving. I haven't had my parents with me for over 10 years. Still feels wrong. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Urban Fresh. We'll begin in a couple of minutes. Thank you so much, Urban Fresh. I appreciate that. Sleep in off till Monday. My family and I are spending Thanksgiving in a cabin we rented. Oh, Kimberly, that's exciting. Thank you so much, Louisville Farms, for that. Purple, you ate one of the ornaments? Oh no. Nebuluna, doesn't that? I totally agree. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Tomorrow is going to be Project Wednesday. We do have our model ornament for tomorrow. I've heard your pleas, and we are going to... Oh, yay! Look at those glasses. Tomorrow we're going to be making a... Thank you so much for those glasses. I really appreciate that, Kate. Tomorrow we're going to be making a turkey ornament. This turkey ornament... I can say tacky ornament. This turkey ornament, poor girl, she is going to, we're going to be using lots of glitter and feathers tomorrow. So I want you guys to be thinking of what colors you want to use. This is the template. I went all out with this one. She kind of looks like a peacock. But I'm thinking tomorrow what we're gonna do is we'll cut it out first, and then we'll either use glitter or feathers for these feathers here. But definitely gonna use some glitter. Always have to use glitter. I want you guys to be thinking of your color combinations. We do have a copper, which is a very fallish color. We can use red. We can use red. We've got some red in here. I was looking up different turkeys and their colors. A tacky turkey. What do they call that? A Freudian slip. We can use, they have a lot of different, yay, thank you for that Sunday, I really, there's a lot of different colored turkeys. They've got like brown ones, they have red ones, they have different colored ones. So we can think about a whole bunch of different colors tomorrow. But my tagline for this one is, she came to serve, not to be served. So that's going to be our tagline for our turkey tomorrow. She is here to serve, not to be served. But guys, let's just take a moment to look at our Christmas tree and how gorgeous it is. We made these wreaths last week. They're really fun. Do you like that one? Missy, is that one a good one? And then you guys made this one, this little icy one. It's like a snowy, bluish, icy wreath. Really cute. It's making the tree look really pretty. Right before I leave, outside to go somewhere, I just look at the tree and the glow of it. It's so pretty. Hey Magali, welcome in. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Today we're going to start with our Jan Brett series. We love a good Jan Brett. We love to start our lives with a Jan Brett even more. We are going to read. Oh, I think we got to the end because we read. All right, we're going to have to switch things up. So I started with this one. Did I read you guys The Three Snow Bears? I know I started with this story at the end since it was a Christmassy one. So I might have started the East Coast with this one. I don't think I read this to the West Coast. Does anybody remember this one? The Three Snow Bears? Lauren, you haven't heard that one? Okay. Come back. Come back, Aluki shouted as her huskies floated out to sea. Oh no! She knew that although an ice floe is a good place to fish, it is a bad place to lose a dog team. Not far away, a snow bear family had just started to eat their breakfast, but it was way too hot for the baby bear. Yes, Magali, this is the first one. Okay, so we start out in the North-South Pole, one of the poles. There's a Indian or a Eskimo. And she's getting ready with her snow dogs. But the three of them are sleeping on this little iceberg thing here, and the ice breaks away. She loses them. But one of the things about a good Jan Brett story is that she will give you what is happening before and what's happening after the main page. So here we see the little igloos. And then, yeah, Steph, yeah, the mitten. This is from the same illustrator and author. So there goes the wolves. They're getting, the dogs are getting swept away. And then here are the three bears. Owie, yowled Baby Bear. My breakfast burned my mouth. We'll go for a stroll and let the soup cool, Mama Bear said. So there's the little Eskimo girl. She's struggling to get her dogs back. Oh, are you, Mom? Magali, I love it. And goji berries? Yum. Magali, that sounds really good. And so the three bears, they were inside their igloos. They were going to have soup, but it was too hot, so they're going to go for a walk. And look at the details on these clothes here. With Jan Brett, you just don't get a sweater. You get a sweater with texture, you get a sweater with patterns. And everybody's wearing something different. Nobody's wearing anything alike. And then we see we're continuing the saga of the three bears, or the three snow dogs that get swept away on that little slide there. Aluki was running along looking for her dogs when she came upon the biggest igloo she had ever seen. Who lives here? She wondered. So she was she forgot about her snow dogs, I guess, because she ran across these three igloos. And there's the bears. They're waiting for their soup to cool, but they're going to go on an adventure. Aluki ducked inside. Right away, she smelled something delicious. Across the room, she saw a big bowl, a middle-sized bowl, and a small bowl. Surely the good smell was coming from the three bowls. So there's the three bears. They're looking out into the water. There's Papa Bear pointing at something. Lola, that sounds really good. I'm about to go on a late night drive and get some. She's inside one of the igloos, and there's the bears. They're looking at the dogs. While she's Aluki, the owner, she's inside one of the igloos. Aluki took a sip from the biggest bowl. Owie, she cried out loud. Too hot. She took a sip from the middle-sized bowl. Ew, too cold. She tipped up the littlest bowl and drank every drop. She said. Not too hot and not too cold. So there's the bears. They're throwing their sweaters off. Doesn't it, Magali? And then you have Aluki. She's eating all the soups. She's testing them out. And then you see the bears jumping into the water. I think they see the dogs. In the next room, Aluki spotted 3 pairs of beautiful boots standing in a row. She put on the biggest boot. Too big, she said. She put on the middle-sized boot. Too fancy, she said. She put on the littlest pair. Just right, she said, wiggling her toes in the soft fur lining. Rumpus too, I get them as well. Love it. I love it. So the bears have jumped in the water. They're going to rescue the dogs. In the meantime, Aluki, she's trying on the different types of shoes. Sound really comfortable too. And those are polar bears in the water. Aluki walked into the last room and found a long sleeping bench piled high with fur covers. Heat from an oil lamp warmed her cheeks and made her sleepy. Time for a nap, she thought. She crawled under the highest mound of covers. Too lumpy, she grumbled. She tried the middle bed with the furry fringe cover, but sank down so far that she could hardly breathe. Too soft, she said. She rolled over into the smallest sleeping place. The furry blanket was cozy and warm, and the pillow was just her size. Just right, Aluki murmured, and was asleep before she could take her boots off. So they're the bears. They're seeing the Aluki's dogs. The dogs are getting excited because they're finally gonna get rescued. And there's Aluki. She's asleep. But don't those covers look really comfortable? Especially the baby bears. It's probably very plush. And there they are looking at the dogs. And look at how Jan Brett decided to hold up this picture. It's a deer or a reindeer with a coat on. And the little picture is being held up by its antlers. Jan Brett, she's just not satisfied with just a picture. If Aluki hadn't fallen asleep fast, she might have heard her dogs barking happily. Papa Bear, Mama Bear, and Baby Bear had spotted them adrift in the strong current and gone out to save them. The Snow Bear family was pushing Aluki's dog team back toward the igloo for safety. Hey, Tommy, welcome in. I haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. Welcome back. So they rescued the dogs. And look at how far, they're not that far from the igloos. Aluki, she's in there sleeping. Papa Bear crawled into the igloo and saw his big bowl sitting in a pool of spilled soup. Someone has been tasting my soup, he roared. Mama Bear rushed in and saw that her soup had been sloshed around too. Someone has been sipping my soup, she growled. Someone found my soup, sputtered Baby Bear in her high, squeaky voice, and they ate it all up. So the dogs are rescued, and there's the bear family looking at their soup bowls. They're empty now. Papa Bear ran into the next room and saw his boots in the middle of the floor. Someone has been trying on my boots, he boomed in his big bear voice. Mama Bear put on her fancy boots. Someone has had these boots on, she huffed, and the fur is all bunched up. Baby Bear saw that her boots had disappeared. Someone has taken my boots and left behind these not as good ones, she wailed. So they're the dogs, they're resting. And the bears, they're coming back looking at their house all disheveled. Look at Mama Bear with her coat. Hey Crunch, welcome in. The bears ran into their bedroom. Someone has been sleeping in my bed, Papa Bear bellowed. Someone has been sleeping in my bed too, Mama Bear cried. Baby Bear peeked at her little bed and squeaked, someone has been sleeping in my bed, and here she is. Hey Billy Cody, welcome in. Billy Cody, how's baby Dennis doing? There are the bears. Look at that big bear right there. Doing really good, thank you. Aluki opened her eyes and saw three bears' noses only inches away. Oh, you're out on a girls' night? Oh, how fun. I'm glad. Good for you. Gotta take care of yourself, too. And there's the dogs. Are you missing baby Dennis, though? It's good to get out, but it's probably hard to leave him at home. Oh, much needed. And there's the bears. They finally confront Aluki. That's all I'm thinking about. Good for you. I'm glad. She hopped out of bed and dove between Papa Bear's huge furry legs. There she is, trying to get away. Quicker than a seal, Aluki ran from room to room until she burst outside. Her huskies bounced around, barking and smiling at their doggy grins. Billy, Cody, are you guys at a bar or are you guys at a restaurant? Or just hanging out? So there's Aluki. She runs into the dogs. She sees that they've been rescued. Aluki and her dogs flew over the frozen ice, dodging ridges and cracks. Oh, you're at a bar. Oh, nice. She looked back to wave a thank you to the snow bears. She couldn't see them, but she heard a big, gruff voice, a middle-sized voice, and a high, squealy voice calling to her. Oh, Cody is... Oh, that's sweet. He gets to bond with him. Enjoy yourself, Billy Cody. Bye. The end. Jan Brett's Animal Treasury. A good way to start the live. You can never go wrong with starting a live with a good Jan Brett. And Jan Brett, one thing we know about her, she's not going to just draw basic illustrations. She's going to give us lots of details. All right, let's take a vote. Let's start from 1 through 10. I give it a 10. Oh, I love those glasses. Thank you so much for the glasses, guys. I give it a 10. You can never go wrong with a Jan Brett. You can never go wrong with a Jan Brett. 10 out of 10 for Jan Brett, but Chroma, I agree. What is everybody else thinking? Magali, 10? Mexi Pina, 10? Mexi Pina, I was in San Diego on Saturday. I went to Balboa Beach. It was really nice. Bella Rose, 10? I have a little video that I posted, I think, on my TikTok about it. Balboa Beach. All right. Let's go ahead and do a Christmas. We'll get 2 regular and 2 Christmas. We're going to read. Is it Balboa Beach? I think it was Balboa Beach. One of the beaches around there. Hey Ash, welcome in. Snowman at night. We love a good Christmas story. To think about what beach it is. I forgot what. I thought it was Balboa. Yeah, this one is a good one. We love a good dark color. We love a good dark and peach. Got this little boy here making a snowman. Oh, a Balboa barn. I think that was it. Mexican, I'll have to look it up. Snowman at night. What do the snowmen do once they've been built and the night falls? One wintry day, I made a snowman, very round and tall. The next day when I saw him, he was not the same at all. So, made a snowman. The next day when he came, he noticed that there was a little bit of difference. We love these colors here, these candy cane colors here. His hat had slipped, his arms drooped down. He really looked affright. It made me start to wonder, what do snowmen do at night? Yes, gorgeous colors, I agree, Missy May. We love vibrant colors. So he looks a little slumped, he looks a little ragged. He was like, this snowman, something's up. I think that snowmen start to slide when it really gets dark, off the lawn and down the streets, right into the park. So once everybody goes to sleep, the lights go out, the snowmen slide out of the yards and down into the streets. And look at this pretty neighborhood with these oak trees with snow on them. Look at that, the face of that snowman right there. They gather in a circle while they wait for all the others, sipping cups of ice cold cocoa made by snowman mothers. So they all get together, they drink some ice cold cocoa. They don't want to get burned. Made by the snowman mothers. Then the snowman games begin. They line up in their places, each one anxious for his turn in the snowman races. So then the games begin. Let's see what kind of games they play. Victoria, welcome in. After everyone has had a chance at racing once or twice, they go on over to the pond to do skating tricks on ice. So that once the games are done, then they go skating in the pond. Welcome in, Simi. Sometimes they start giggling and they act like clowns. They bump into each other till they all fall down. Looks like they're having a grand time. Must have been spiked iced cocoa. They gather up their snowballs, the pitcher takes his aim, and underneath the moonlight sky, they play a baseball game. We love a good moon in children's literature. See him throwing the snowball at the snowman. No one knows just how it started, but soon it's quite a sight, with snowmen throwing snowballs in the world's best snowball fight. Yay! So they're gonna get the snow, make snowballs out of them, and then fight each other. Then it's time for sledding. It's a wild ride down the hill. Look at the little village they left behind. And they go sliding down the hill. And look at the moon. It almost looks like a snowball. Woohoo! They yell. This is by far the snowman's biggest thrill. Look at him sliding down that hill. I can imagine how pretty that moon is shining on that snow and making it glisten. Finally, they're tuckered out and getting sleepy, so they slowly gather up their things, and one by one, they go. Sun's coming up. Daylight comes. Time to go home. This one had a really good time. A time was had. So if your snowman's grin is crooked or he's lost a little height, you'll know he's just been doing what snowmen do at night. This one had a really good time. He's all hammered. The end. It says, a reminder to the reader, don't forget to look for hidden shapes that have been painted in all these wintertime scenes. See if you can find a cat, a rabbit, a Santa face, and a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. I'll have to look through it later. The end. Magali, isn't that great? Snowman at night. This was a good Christmas title. This was a good Christmas title. I really think this might be my favorite one of the night, but we'll have to wait and see. Snowman at Night, New York Times bestseller. We started out with Jan Barrett, Animal Treasury, and then Snowman at Night. In the comment section, which one has been your favorite so far? 1 or 2? Let's take a vote. Let's see what everybody is thinking tonight. We did just do a library haul recently. Brooke Comer 1 and 2. Simi 2, Missy May 2, Stacy 2, Bella Rose 2 with the little snowman emojis. Mexi Pina 2, Magali 2, Yol 2. Yeah, that was a good one. A good way to open up a Christmas story. So we recently just did a library haul, so we got a whole new fresh batch of fresh titles. So we get to be choosy as to which one we want to read. We gotta bring the titles over. We don't have to directly pick one, because this one, guys, filled. Look at all these titles we got. So we get to be a little choosy. We get to be a little choosy tonight. We might read this one because this one's a little bit Christmassy. But we're going to choose this one because I saw the title of this one and I loved it. And the color tones too. Pearl Barley and Charlie Parsley. Pearl Barley and Charlie Parsley. I love the color of this background, this yellow and these hues, these orange hues. And then these dark tones here. We love a good earth tone. Pearl Barley and Charlie Parsley. Look at this cute little picture. It's almost giving Tim Burton. Pearl Barley and Charlie Parsley are friends. Really good friends. Look at them. They're a pair. However, people often ask, why are Pearl Barley and Charlie Parsley friends? They are just so different. And they are different. Different in almost every way. Pearl Barley and Charlie Parsley. Look at Charlie and his outfit. You see, while Pearl Barley is very loud, Charlie Parsley is very quiet. She loves a good drum set. She loves a good, oh, look, she's got a pot underneath. But look at what Charlie Parsley is reading. The benefits of wearing felt. Isn't that funny? The benefits of wearing felt. While Pearl Barley likes to talk all day long about anything and everything, talk, Charlie Parsley is very quiet. She just loves a good conversation. There's Charlie Parsley. He's very quiet. Look at him. Look at his face. Man, it's like, my insecurity is going to keep me away from that. While Pearl Barley likes to solve mysteries and get to the bottom of things, Charlie Parsley likes to be safe and sound. Look at her face. She looks a little bit Annabelle-ish. So she likes to be out there getting into the mix, finding out what's going on. And Charlie Parsley, he likes to be underneath a bunch of pillows hiding. While Pearl Barley likes to run amok, Charlie Parsley likes to sit and think. I kind of like Charlie Parsley. He's my kind of person. Look at Pearl. She's in her underwear. Was skating in her underwear. Hula hooping. Missy May, you're Charlie for sure. Yep. Yes, they are different. Different in almost every way. However, let's see what that however is all about. When Pearl Barley forgets her mittens on cold winter days, Charlie Parsley holds her hands and makes them warm as toast. So she forgot her mittens. She's cold. Charlie Parsley, he doesn't mess around. If it's cold outside, we're gonna be warm. No ands, ifs, or buts about it. When Charlie Parsley feels scared of scary things, Pearl Barley makes him feel brave. She's his hero. Oh, that's sweet. I love this dynamic between the two. The girl is more boy and the boy is more girl. When Pearl Barley gets tired from running amok and solving mysteries and getting to the bottom of things, Charlie Parsley tucks her into bed and brings her a mug of warm milk. He has a lovely bedside manner. Aww! I love Charlie Parsley. She wore herself out. Tucked her into bed. He's probably a little manic. When Charlie Parsley feels small or lonely or just plain blue, Pearl Barley tells him not to worry and says things like, I think you're great. Aww, they look out for each other. He's a little insecure. He feels a little small. And then there's Pearl Barley. She gives him a big hug. If that doesn't work, she dances up a storm. Look at them two. She's a ballerina. She's a Russian dancer. This is such a cute book. Yes, they are different, all right. Different in almost every way. She's out riding a motorcycle. Look at her. She's got a fish bowl and balancing those teacups on a string. And that is why Pearl Barley and Charlie Parsley are friends. Really good friends. Aww! I really enjoyed this book. The and Pearl Barley and Charlie Parsley. I enjoyed saying the title and their names a lot more. This one was a really good one. You guys are getting really strong titles tonight. You guys are getting really strong titles tonight. All right, let's start with what we opened the live with. Jam Brett Animal Treasury 1. 2, what Snowman at Night. And then Pearl Barley and Charlie Parsley 3. Which one is your favorite? I'm gonna say my vote switched Pearl Barley and Charlie Parsley. Number 3, this one was a really good one. And the illustrations, really good. Good story. Good illustrations. Mexi Pina 3, I agree. Brooke Comer 1 and 2. The first 2, yeah, that was a good one. Bella Rose 2. Missy May 2 and 3. Yeah, those are good titles. Really good. I think you guys might get a 5th title tonight because our stories are a little bit short, so we're gonna have to throw in an extra one. Magali, a tie between 2 and 3. I agree. All right, our next story. This is kind of Christmas adjacent. It's not really Christmas, but it does give you Christmas vibes. This place in the snow. This place in the snow. You get this big happy family here. We love a good red. It's more of an orange color. This place in the snow. For my sister who has always shared these places with me. Oh, that's sweet. Look how pretty that is. We just love a cool, white, snowy, frosty color. Just like our wreath here. The frosty wreath. Guys, look at how pretty these sparkle. And then this little ornament here. We love our silver and our white colors because they give off Christmas. Our white shimmer for cold. Thank you so much, Elon. I love your name handle, Elon. Elon, a lot of these ornaments we've made on our Project Wednesday, so they're all homemade ornaments. A silent snow fell all night long. A silent snow fell all night long. It lay like lace along the trees. It hatted the houses. It capsuled the cars in thick and sticky white. These are really good words. It hatted the houses. I never thought of that. I've never heard of it used in those terms. Hatted. It capsuled the cars. A lumbering plow came rumbling, rattling, pushing up hillside, up mountains, up snow. Missy May, yeah, really good words. Rolling and rounding it, mounding it high in creamy waves of white. Definitely good words and definitely great pictures, illustrations. Now rooms asleep at once awakened, and quiet turned noisy, and noisy turned loud, with strings of cries and shrieks and shouts. The plow, the plow, the plow. Looks like all the kids and all the cousins and the brothers and sisters are all together. for the holidays. And now came the flurry of dressing in woolens, and there was a hurry of eating hot cakes. And there was a hush as they stepped outside to watch the work of the plow. So the plowman's coming. At last, with a wave, their snow mound was ready. Like springs being sprung, they raced to the top, and they looked down around them at what this might be, this place they would make in the snow. So they went up the hill to go make some snowballs. Let's see what they do with them. And then came much talking and planning about it. Like this, someone said, or maybe like that, or could we, or we could, and let's do that. They brightly and greatly agreed. So now they began. They tunneled, they hollowed, they tunneled deep pockets. They hollowed large holes. They shoveled great shovels, big spoonfuls of white, sun snow like lemon, shade snow light blue, sun snow like lemon. That would be a good candle name. Sun snow lemon. It would have a eucalyptus lemony smell to it, so that when you inhaled it, it would burn your nose a little. Sun snow lemon. A tangy. Then using their arms, they built up snow wallways, and using their feet, they trampled snow floors. They mounted new snow spirals sky high. And using their might, they rolled and they rounded. And after they finished their shaping and carving and shined things all shiny and carefully swept, using the tree branch as a broom, together they felt in, just them. Let's see what they're looking at. They're all looking at something. And all this, oh, look at their mountain. They made a snowman, they made a little cave, tunnels, the broom, a little window. Somebody got their scarf and wrapped it up here at the top. They were kings in a kingdom uncovered. So they made like a little snow palace. How fun. Look at those orange clouds in the background, how pretty. And though much later they went inside, they got on their sleds and went down the hill. And took off wet snowsuits and sat with hot soup. Ooh, look at that picture there. Grandma or Grandpa made them hot soup next to a fireplace. And a gauzy white night that came out again to the sound in the town of the plow. And they looked up there to the sky just above them. And they looked down here to the ground just below. And they looked all around them at what they could see. So they're remembering their people up at the top there. This place, full of grace, in the snow. You get a little aerial view of your village. We love a good moon in children's literature. The end. This place in the snow. This was a good title. This was a good title. Not really about Christmas, but it has a Christmassy theme to it. All right, let's see. Let's look back and see what you guys have read so far. You guys are getting really strong titles tonight. That was a cute book, man. I agree. Magali got very cute. We started out the live with Jambret's Animal Treasury. You can't go wrong with a good Jambret. You cannot go wrong with a good Jambret. Then we followed that up with What Snowmen Do at Night. Definitely Christmas. This one was quirky and it was fun. Pearl Barley and Charlie Parsley. Gonna have to get this one, I think, for my own personal library. And then we just finished This Place in the Snow. Okay, 1, 2, 3, or 4. Which one was your favorite? You guys are gonna get a fifth title tonight. You guys are gonna get a fifth title tonight because those ones are short. Or we're enjoying them so much they're going by quick. Mexi Pina 3, Bella Rose 2. I'm gonna have to go into the archives because I want to find this one book that I've been thinking about. Also good, but 3 for me. Okay. Yeah, that one was a good one. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna go into the archives, and I'm gonna find one of our favorite ones. We're gonna look for an archival piece. Oh. Hold on, I need to go deep further in to see where it is. I almost forgot about this one. We read this one last year. This one's a really good one. It's a great way to end the live and a good way to get a fifth title. Thanksgiving in the Woods. Thanksgiving in the Woods. You got pumpkins, you got fall leaves, Christmas lights. You got this family here. This is based off of a true story. We love a good end page, fall leaves. Says every Thanksgiving for more than 20 years, a family in upstate New York has hosted an outdoor Thanksgiving feast in the woods on their farm. Almost 200 friends, relatives, and newcomers join in the festivities each year. Regardless of the weather, they bring food to share in a rustic woodland setting with bonfires for keeping warm and tarps overhead as protection from the snow or rain. It's a time of great celebration and joy, with music and singing filling the air for this Thanksgiving in the woods. So this book is based off of this family. I'm going to go on the internet later and Google it, see if they're still doing this. So upstate New York, you can't get any more Christmas cozy than upstate New York in the wintertime. When fall winds blow cold and jack-o'-lanterns lose their smiles, When branches lie bare and corn stalks rustle in the wind, that's when it's time for Thanksgiving in the woods. Melrose, isn't that cool? We love a good upstate New York neighborhood with these 1850, early 1900 homes. And look at the fall leaves in the background. And you got the little family here. Days and days go by, and I keep adding to my Thanksgiving pile. A tool belt and my favorite rocks, a rope, seashells, a flashlight, and a brownie. Everything I'll need for Thanksgiving in the woods. So there's the little boy. He's like getting ready, getting all his materials ready for Thanksgiving in the woods. He's got his little dog there. And he got his little room. Got his shelf with his little organizers. Football, basketball, books, toy helicopter. His little desk, the shelf, a kite, picture of a globe. Outside in the window there, a monkey hanging, a cat lying. Magali, isn't that fun? One chilly morning, Mama wakes me early. Today is the day, she says. I stuff all my treasures into a backpack. Mama gathers boots and winter coats. Daddy grabs his guitar and my recorder. Come on, he says, let's go. Let's get going to feast day. So they're gonna get all the things that they need to get ready to go to Thanksgiving in the woods. We drive and finally turn onto a curvy gravel road. That's when I see Grandpa standing next to his orange truck. He starts the engine and I climb into the cab. Time to get ready for Thanksgiving in the woods. So there he is in the back of the car. There's the dog. There's Grandpa in his orange truck, his orange Ford. There's his little orange Ford there. We drive over rutted fields, then down a slope to a clearing under trees that reach to the clouds. I see the cousins building a fort right next to the little stream. A perfect place for our own Thanksgiving in the woods. So they arrive to the area where they're going to do the celebration, and you already have some family members that have already started to gather and getting everything ready. Here are the cousins next to the stream. They're going to have their own little cousin table, kid table. Daddy and Grandpa unload long wooden planks for tables and bales of straw for us to sit on. Uncle Charlie makes a bonfire while neighbors hoist a tarp over branches. Everyone's rushing to get ready for Thanksgiving in the woods. Hey, Farron, welcome in. We're glad you found us. Oh, Twilight Truck, Magali. I love it. I'm about to go home. I drink a little too much. Billy Cody, enjoy yourself. Be safe. I love it. So here we have, they've got the bales of hay out. They've got the pumpkins, places to sit and talk and have conversation. They're stringing the lights, building some fires, the tarps. Early the next morning, I'm one of the first ones to wake up. I can hardly wait for breakfast to be done. While grown-ups laugh and talk, kids pull on sweaters and boots. We want to get there first for Thanksgiving in the woods. So it's Thanksgiving morning. Getting ready for the ceremony. Some neighbors are already at the site. Here, help stack up some kindling, Grandpa says. And we do, running whenever someone calls. We all need to help if we're going to have Thanksgiving in the wood. Diane Wood, yeah, this is a really good book. This gives you all of the fall, all of the Thanksgiving vibes. And they're all having a good time, family, getting together. They made their little teepee. Soon a tractor comes over the hill. Grandma and Mama sit on the hay wagon, steadying a load of pots and covered pans, filled with turkeys and dressing, mashed potatoes, peas, and corn. Look at that. They're not holding back anything. Oh, now it's starting to smell like Thanksgiving in the woods. So here comes the most important part, the food. Neighbors, relatives, and lots of people I don't even know cross the field to the hollow under the hemlocks. Look at that feast, the table, the turkey, the pie, green beans, gravies. They carry baskets and bags of boxes filled with apples and pickles and pies. Every imaginable food to share for Thanksgiving in the woods. At 1:00, Grandma rings her special bell. We form a huge circle and sing, "'Tis the gift to be simple, 'tis the gift to be free." People talk for a long time about being thankful. Brownie gets very hungry waiting until it's time to start Thanksgiving in the woods. They're all having a good time. Lines of people snake around the tables, filling plates with mounds of food. The cousins and I dart in and out, grabbing buns, turkey, and other treats we take to our fort. There we'll have our own Thanksgiving in the woods. So food is served. There's so much food. And they made their little fort there for the kids' table. Isn't it, Magali? I love it. It's based on a true story, too. When everyone's had enough turkey and potatoes and pumpkin pie, people start packing up their gear. In groups of 2 or 3, they walk back to the farmyard, bringing an end to Thanksgiving in the woods. So they have their little bonfire there. Everybody's full. Bella Rose, isn't it? They have their little bonfire. Everybody's filled with turkey. And then they start packing their things up, heading back to the house. We love a good moon in children's literature. Daddy puts me on his shoulders and we walk with Mama and Grandma along a candlelit path through the woods. So they made like these little candlelight pathways back to the house. And look at the little string lights on the trees. The dark blues light it up. I pull Brownie closer to keep him warm, happy that he came along for Thanksgiving in the woods. Back at the bonfire, I can hear a banjo and someone singing, "'Tis the gift to be simple, 'tis the gift to be free, 'tis the gift to come down where we ought to be." Now that's a perfect ending, Grandma says as we walk in the dusk. A perfect ending for Thanksgiving in the woods. So there are the people, the revelers in the back, having a good time. And they're walking back. We love Grandma's look. She's got her stockings on. She's got her little boots, a scarf, and that brown little jacket. The end. It says Phyllis Alsdorf, the illustrator, the author, grew up on the southern Minnesota dairy farm where one of her chores was to run down the lane and bring the cows up to the barn for milking. In addition to Thanksgiving in the Woods, she is the author of It's Milking Time. Phyllis is a former journalism and creative writing professor at Bethel University and lives in the Twin Cities with her husband Jim and miniature golden doodle Lloyd. The end. Thanksgiving in the Woods. You guys get an opportunity? Yeah, Grandma is stylish. If you get an opportunity, look this up because this is based on a true story. So they're probably going to be celebrating Thanksgiving in the Woods. Let's see if there's any new information out there. Alrighty, friends, let's go ahead and take a vote for our last book of the night. You guys got, not only did you guys get really good titles tonight, you guys got 5. Normally we only do 4, but you guys got really good titles tonight. We started with Jam Brett. You can never go wrong starting your lives with a good Jam Brett. Can never go wrong. Then we followed that up with Snowman at Night too. Yeah, Magali, you guys got really good titles tonight. A plethora of subjects. Then Pearl Barley and Charlie Parsley. This Place in the Snow. And then we went deep into the archives looking for Thanksgiving in the Woods, and we found it. Really good title. Really good title. All right, in the comment section, which one is your favorite? Jana 2. The Snowman at Night, that was a good one. Mexipina 5, Elon is Event 5, Magali 2, 3, and 5, Bella Rose 2 and 5, Missy May 5 and 3, Yule 5, Stacy 5. Excellent. I agree with all of them. They were really good. Alrighty, friends, thank you so much for joining our West Coast Live tonight. I hope you guys have a good, restful night. Remember, tomorrow is Project Wednesday. We're going to be making turkey ornaments. This is the template. This is our model. For those of you who just joined us or who are not familiar with Project Wednesday, we read one title and then we get into the project. We're going to be making turkeys. So stay tuned for tomorrow. I want you guys to be thinking about your colors. Alrighty, friends. Thank you so much for joining us. Everyone have a good, safe night. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving Eve, and we will see you tomorrow. Have a good night, everyone.